Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ikmal Hakim and I'm here with my friend Isma Asyraf. Grateful to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who gave us a chance to do a presentation about one of the famous deviant teaching in Malaysia, Qadiani. Qadiani is one of the deviant teaching which is deviated from the creed of the true Islamic faith, Aqidah, particularly regarding the matter of the prophecy. This teaching still exists until today, and in Malaysia it has around 1,500 adherents. The Qadiani movement is also known as Ahmadi, Ahmadiyat or Ahmadiyah. Qadiani followers claim that their beliefs are like those of other Muslims who adhere to the Holy Book of Quran, but in reality, they have different views in interpreting the Quran. The tradition of tafsir of Qadiani was begun with the emergence of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, who is the founder of this teaching. Now, let's take a look on the history of this teaching. Qadiani teachings was originated in India in 1889. It was founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad bin Mirza Ghulam Murtaza bin Atta Muhammad. The term Qadiani was originated from Qadian, namely a small town in northern India. According to the Dawam Rahadio, an Indonesian scholar, there are three important factors behind the birth of Ahmadiyya movement. First, British colonialism in India, the emergence of Muslim life in all fields, and lastly, the process of Christianization by Christian missionaries to the Muslim community. In 1889, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad declared that he received revelations from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and after that, he declared himself as Al-Masih. Na'udzubillahi min zalik. This teaching was spread outside India in the beginning of 12th century, and it came to Malaysia in the early 1930 by Maulana Hussein Iyas. Now, let's take a look on biodata of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. He was born at 13 February 1835 in Qadian, India. He descended from Persian Iran. In the past, he had held many important positions during British administrative system or in Malay system pemerintahan British. For example, he served as clerk or officer in Sialkot, Punjab. When he was young, he received an early education in Persian and Arabic. The main subject of his focus is the Quran. When he was 10, he began to study book written in Persian. He also used the Talaki method or met and learned from his teacher to deepen the knowledge of Nahwu, logic, and philosophy at 17. The best part, he studied medicine from his father, Mirza Ghulam Murtaza, who was an expert in medicine. Due to his intensiveness and hardworking, his skills in science of religion can be said have been acquired without a teacher. What I mean here, he be able to learn religious knowledge on his own, for example, reading. So, that's a bit story of Qadiani teaching and its founder. Now, let's proceed to the next part. My friend Isma will show you the characteristics of this teaching.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Isma Asyraf bin Muhammad Hafidz. My matric number is 203776, and today I will be presenting one of deviant teaching, which is Qadiani. Continuing to my presentation, the first characteristic of Qadiani is they believe that they are the prophet after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is the prophet is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, as he confessed that he was a prophet during 1901, and the name of Ahmad that mentioned in the Quran actually referring to himself, not to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the claim continue to be held by the Qadiani believer. The second characteristic of Qadiani is they rely on their logic mind to make a reasoning, although they claim that they also follow the Quran like other Muslims do. And one of the example is they say that Jesus, which is Prophet Isa, die naturally like a normal human being. And the third characteristic of Qadiani is they nullify certain obligation in Islam and create new obligation. The new obligation that they have created is they claim that Qadian, a place in India, as a holy place, the same as Mecca and Medina. They believe that performing Hajj in Mecca without performing Hajj in Qadian is a dry and empty Hajj. Because performing Hajj in Mecca today does not fulfill the obligatory needed. And Mirza also believe that jihad is the doctrine of jihad is tarnishing the name of Islam, and jihad with the sword has been banned from Islam. That is the three characteristics of Qadiani. Okay, continuing to our view on the characteristic of Qadiani. Looking at the first characteristic of Qadiani, it is indeed proven that Qadiani is a deviant teaching because they believe that there are other prophet after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In actuality, in Quran and Hadith already state that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last prophet and there will be no more prophet after him. So this Mirza Ghulam Ahmad claim is actually very wrong and very deviate from the original teaching of Islam. And the second characteristic that indicate the Qadiani teaching is deviate from original teaching is they depend on logical reasoning instead of following Quran and Sunnah to explain a certain phenomena or a law in Islam. According to Ahli Sunnah Awal Jama'ah, there are two primary sources of Islam, which is Al-Quran and Hadith, and we have to follow these two sources so that we will be not straight from the true path in following Islam. And the relation of Qadiani with deviant ideology is the religious liberalism in the scope of Sharia. Like Mirza Ghulam Ahmad came up with his own interpretation of Quran, which is significantly different from Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah. For example, in order to justify the cause of his Qadiani movement, he changed the verse Quran Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr to Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr qariban min al-Qadian, in which the phrase qariban min al-Qadian is added. And he also questioning the criteria and ethics of the Prophet because he claimed that Prophet Muhammad SAW should not be the last Prophet. And he claims that he is the Prophet after the Prophet Muhammad SAW, and the name Ahmad is referring to himself. That is the relation of Qadiani with deviant ideologies. That's all from me. Thank you.